Need cheap coins right now? Check out redzonecoins.com. For the very best discount available, use code DIRECTOR for 20% off. Yo, what up, brothers? What's up? It's the Director. Chargers fans, ooh, we got a good one today. I feel like this channel is slowly shifting into the Justin Herbert fan club channel, but it's because it's a special year for Chargers fans, and it's because of Herbert, so you can bet your butt that I'm going to be covering it as much as possible. Justin Herbert has been a rookie quarterback sensation for the Chargers this season so far, so much so that a lot of people are anticipating that he will take home the title of Offensive Rookie of the Year this upcoming February. And wouldn't that be something? The Chargers, after all the uncertainty at quarterback this offseason, after having to cope with the loss of fan favorite Phillip Rivers this year, we may have actually drafted the next big name at quarterback in the NFL. And in a year with so much uncertainty, to see Justin Herbert rise with such force, to the surprise of all of us, serves as a beacon of hope for this year and many years to come. Now, some will say, whoa, pump the brakes, he hasn't even won a game yet. This is true, but when I hear that sentence, I don't get mad. I focus on one word: yet. I fully expect Herbert to find some success after this bye week, because the fact of the matter is, the Chargers have one of the easiest schedules from here on out. And on top of that, we're likely to see a huge number of our playmakers return from injury in that time. This all adds up to a spectacular counterattack by the Bolts after starting the season 1-4. We will have our revenge. In this video, I'm going to explain why Justin Herbert is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like, I just know it. If he can keep up what he's been doing lately and stay healthy, it's almost a lock for me. Before we get started, guys, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this content. The small amount of time you guys take to like, sub, and bell notification helps out a lot. Also, you guys want to see something cool? Look what I got in the mail. Oh yeah. You guys want to pick up one of these bad boys? Check out the store link in the description if you want to support the channel that way. Let's get into this video. Lights, camera, action. Justin Herbert for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Let's freaking do this. Oh boy, I know a lot of people are going to take issue with my optimism, especially when it comes to stats. But for this particular subject matter, I completely think that stat projecting is justified, as this does play a huge factor in considering who wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Sometimes it plays an even bigger factor than their team's record by the end of the season. But I want to jump straight into this. Yes, we know Herbert's looked absolutely incredible in his first 4 starts in the NFL. It's a shame he hasn't found a win yet, even among all those statistical accomplishments. And because of that, I feel that's why I still see a lot of doubters out there. See, every single loss these past 4 games have come with the thinnest of margins. What if Butker missed that 50-yard field goal in week 2? We would have won that game. What if Austin Eckler didn't drop that lateral in week 3? We would have won that game. What if Joshua Kelly didn't fumble on our own 5 with 30 seconds left in the first half in week 4 versus the Bucks? We would have won that game. And finally, what if Badgley hits that field goal in our game versus the Saints week 5? We would have won that game. My point here is that Justin Herbert could easily be 4-0 as a starter right now. These losses have been some of the strangest and quite frankly unlucky losses that I've ever seen back to back to back to back. Because if Herbert was 4-0 right now, maybe even 3-1 right now, we'd be having a very different conversation. There would be absolutely no doubt in every NFL fan's eyes that Herbert is the genuine article. Sensational talent. But we're not. We are currently 0-4 under Justin Herbert. Miraculously and even shockingly, we're 0-4, even after everything we've seen from this rookie quarterback so far. And the strangest thing is, it's not really his fault. Most of our losses, if not all of them, fall on the shoulders of bad play calling, lackluster defensive performances, and injury. That's it. But with all that being said, what does it leave us with? The perfect narrative for one hell of an underdog story. Because Herbert was playing against some of the best talent in the NFL in his first 4 games. He went toe-to-toe with Mahomes, Brady, and Breeze, and guess what? He almost won every single one of those games. That is insane to me. But now at this point of the season, after the bye week, the schedule opens up. Wow, guys, to think of what Herbert has done against some of these elite teams, and now to think about what he's going to do against the following teams: Jacksonville, Denver twice, Vegas twice, Miami, New York Jets, Buffalo, New England, Atlanta, and Kansas City again. 2, maybe 3 of those 11 matchups seem like they're going to be especially tough, but that leaves 8 or 9 games where I fully expect Herbert to explode, especially against secondaries like Atlanta, Vegas, Buffalo, and New York, who are in the bottom 10 of teams against the pass. I'm salivating at what his potential could be in those games. Could we see a 400-yard week? And these matchups aren't just a great opportunity to pad his stats, but to finally rack up some well-deserved wins. As I've spoken about this many times, I think after this bye week, it's really not too absurd to think that this Chargers team could end up anywhere between 8-8 and 10-6. Truly. Some of you may think, oh, this guy's crazy, but I'm planting my flag, man. Herbert's about to pick up some momentum. And let's say on the lesser side of that projection, 8-8, would that be enough to catapult Herbert into a conversation for Offensive Rookie of the Year? Well, I'd say winning certainly helps, but it doesn't paint the full picture as to who gets selected for the prestigious award. You know what that means? It's time to look at some stats. Don't roll your eyes. I know a lot of people don't believe in this kind of stuff, but I promise you, it'll give you a better idea as to why I'm so confident in this rookie quarterback. You're gonna win. Let's start with what Justin Herbert's done so far in his playing time in his 4 games. He's right here. He has got 1,195 yards, ranked 23rd in the league. This is an average of 298 yards a game. 9 touchdowns, which is tied for 6th. This is an average of 2.25 touchdowns per game, and 3 interceptions, an average of 0.75 per game. Now, this all sounds pretty good, especially considering he's only played in 4 games so far this year. He didn't play week 1 because it was the Tyrod show, and he didn't play this past week because it's been our bye week. But what happens when we adjust these stats? And what do I mean by adjust? I mean, what if we compensate for the games that he's missed with his average of how he's performed so far? This will make sense in a second. Let's say that Justin Herbert played 5 games this year, because let's say he played that game versus the Bengals instead of Tyrod Taylor. If he had played that game and put up his average yardage, he would currently be at 1,493 passing yards, which would put him right here ranked 13th in the league. He'd have 11 touchdowns, which is tied for 4th most in the league, and 4 interceptions, which is tied 5th best in the league. You're kind of starting to see the picture I'm painting. Now, for fun and for argument's sake, let's say the Chargers didn't have a bye and Justin Herbert started week 1. When adjusting his average, he would have thrown for 1,791 yards. 1,791 would put him right here at number 3 in the league. He'd have 13 touchdowns, tied for 3rd, and 4 interceptions, tied for 5th best. Can you imagine? The hype train would be at full capacity if he had played all 6 games this year. Standing room only. And finally, I want to project what his season total could be right now, even with the bye week and even with not playing week 1. If Justin Herbert keeps pace with what he's doing, he's going to end the year 4,473 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions in 15 games played. And this isn't even counting his rushing stats, his rushing touchdowns. Guys, we might be looking at one of the greatest rookie quarterback seasons of all time. If Herbert can keep this up, this would put him in the same company as guys like Andrew Luck, Cam Newton, even Dan Marino. Now, of course, there's a chance that Herbert sees a dip in performance, but I think there's equally a chance that he sees an uptick in performance given our remaining schedule. You've got to see it both ways. So now that you guys kind of have an idea of the stats breakdown, what does it take to win Offensive Rookie of the Year? In the past 8 years, we've seen 3 quarterbacks win the award. Kyler Murray in 2019, he had a record of 5-10-1. He put up 3,722 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. Dak Prescott in 2016, record of 13-3, 3,667 yards, 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And then in 2012, RG3 had a record of 10-6, 3,200 yards, 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Now, of course, a lot of these guys did have a lot of rushing stats to go with it. 544 and 4 touchdowns for Kyler, 282 and 6 for Dak Prescott, and 815 and 7 for RG3. Now, this is clearly impressive, but the past does tell me a few things. One, Herbert would have them all beat by a wide margin in the pass game. Even if you take into account all these guys' total offensive yardage, Herbert would still have them beat, because remember, we didn't project Herbert's rushing yards, which I think will be around 200 yards and 4 touchdowns if I'm spitballing it. This also tells me that you do not need a spectacular record to win. Sure, Prescott and Griffin did end the season in double digits, but Murray finished with a subpar 5-10-1 record. I fully expect Herbert to finish stronger. So we've established that Herbert, statistically at least, has what it takes to be the best quarterback to win Offensive Rookie of the Year this last decade, maybe not counting Cam Newton. Who would Herbert's biggest competition for the award be this year? Here are the current Offensive Rookie of the Year frontrunners. Justin Herbert, we know his stats. Joe Burrow, 1,617 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions in 6 games. CeeDee Lamb, 433-2 on the year. Jonathan Taylor, 367-4. Chase Claypool, 335-4. Justin Jefferson, 537-3. And I did include Tua Tagovailoa on here as well as kind of my dark horse candidate. Of course, seeing his first action this last week. Now, in my opinion, the biggest competition here is going to be Joe Burrow. Burrow looked pretty solid in his first 6 games and has averaged an impressive 269 yards a game with a touchdown. But now you kind of see where I'm getting at. Herbert, in fewer games, has put up more touchdowns and less interceptions. And Herbert has also played against stiffer competition so far. In Burrow's first 6 games, he's already played against the Browns, the Eagles, the Jags, but from week 7 on, they're about to be thrown against some pretty heavy hitters. The Titans, the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Ravens, etc. Their schedule just got a lot harder. Where on the flip side, the Chargers' schedule just got a whole lot easier. So logically, this would mean that Burrow's production is likely to go down a bit while Herbert's likely goes up. I'm wildly optimistic to see Herbert's chances going forward, and I'm even more excited to see him develop even further in the year and the following seasons. But for the Chargers' brand new quarterback to take home Offensive Rookie of the Year would make a huge statement in this league. But why do I care? Well, if the Chargers' brand new quarterback were to take home Offensive Rookie of the Year, this would make a huge statement in the league. The Chargers are here to play. It would serve as hope that the Chargers can only get better, that by fixing the issues outside of Justin Herbert, continuing to build around him, we would be as likely as any team in the NFL to make a run at the Super Bowl going forward. This is why the title of Offensive Rookie of the Year means so much to me. And frankly, this is why every Chargers fan should care. We have ourselves something truly exciting here at quarterback, and the whole world is about to know about it, without a doubt. Now I get it, anything could happen. Maybe CeeDee Lamb has one of the best wide receiver seasons we've ever seen. Maybe Joe Burrow lights it up in the second half of the year. Or maybe a dark horse candidate like Tua shocks the world in a second half explosion. Either way, I like Herbert's odds right now, and I really believe that his opportunity and skill set is about to improve over the next 11 weeks as well. Well guys, that's all I've got for today's video. If you did enjoy this content, hit us up with a like and sub on your way out. Make sure to hit up the store on your way out too, because these shirts are pretty bomb. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been The Director. We'll see you next time, and as always, bolt up and stay frosty.